So this is a new game by Oink Games and Arclight Games. It's called Tiger and Dragon. It's loosely based, or perhaps not so loosely based, on the Japanese game called Goita. I've never played Goita, so I can't make the comparison. But you're going to be using these gorgeous little mahjong style tiles. You're going to be placing them on the board here. Basically, this is an attack file, and here's how you defend. Basically, it's a shedding game. You're going to get these mahjong tiles. You're going to try to mahjong style tiles, okay? And then you're going to try to get rid of them all. And then the last tile, once the last tile you get rid of, whoever gets rid of the last tile first is the one who's going to score based on this, right? And by the way, the game comes with with a variety of them. We're going to play this dojo battle here. So if you end with 7 or 8, you get 4 points and the bonus. If you end with 4, 5, 6, you get 3 points. If you end with 2 or 3, you get 2 points and plus the bonus. If you get the 1, because there's only 1, right? The way these tiles are, there's 1, 1, 2, 2s, 3, 3s, 4, 4s, 5, 5, 6, 6s, 7, 7s, and 8, 8s. If you end with a 1, if you get out with a 1, you get 10 points and you win. We're just going to play a 2-player game here, but you can play 3, 4 players and teams, which I think is probably good with this, to play teams. And then you have the Tiger and the Dragon. If you end with one of these, you only get 1 point, you get no bonus. So, what is the bonus? The bonus is if a player puts a tile in the attack, and let's say I put a tile here in the attack, and my opponent passes because they don't have the tile or they don't want to play the tile, then I get to, place one face down. And every face down tile here in the end gets you a little bonus. So if I knocked or got out with a 6, I'd get 3 points, and if I had 2 face down tiles, I'd get 2 additional points, so I'd have 5 points. And what happens is, let me have the scoring markers here, right here. These are little scoring markers, and that's what these little spaces are for. You put them in here. Now, they're a little fist, right? But I actually like this side. I love that. So then you would put your points here. First 1 to 10 wins. If you're playing partners, it's 15 points, right? And my opponent has a board just like this. I'm going to be first player just to kind of show. I'm going to leave this here just as a reminder, okay? 7 and 8 gives us 4 points. 4, 5, 6, 3 points. It's all right here, right? You got it. So I'm going to leave it here so you can see it. For a 2-player, and here's the countdown here. By the way, there's 38 game tiles. Okay. In a 2-player, we each take 13 tiles. Of course, the first player, as it says right there, plus 1. So I'll get 14, and my opponent gets 13 tiles. If it's a 3-player game, then it's 11 tiles. If it's a 4-player game, 9 tiles. 5-player, 7 tiles. So, right, if you're playing 4-player, individual or teams, each player is going to get 9 tiles. So let's get our 13 tiles. Let's get them. Okay, I'm going to line them up here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah, that's fine.
9. I'm recording. 10, 11, 12. Did I count this right? I got distracted here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I get 14. You got to get 13 tiles. So these are my tiles, right? So you keep these tiles to yourself. You don't show it to your opponent. And even if you're playing in teams, right, you don't share your tiles with your opponent. With your teammate. Your teammate's going to be, kind of see what you're doing, and maybe well, listen, I haven't played teams, but I can imagine how cool this game would be playing
13.
with teams. Yeah, you get 13. So see, these tiles, we don't know what those are. So even though, 1 1s, 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, and all that, all the way up to 8, 8 eights. We don't know what those tiles are. So even in a two-player game, you know, I don't know what the other person has. So the goal again is for me to get out with either a 1 or a 7 or 8, or try to get as many points as possible, right? So I'm going to start with a 5. So because I put it in this little fire, right? Just as it says there. You know, you get this little fire icon. So I start with a 5. So I'm attacking with a 5. My opponent either has a 5. Okay. So my opponent has a 5. So what she's going to do is, yeah, you can't see her board, but what she's going to do, no, it's okay. You can leave it there. That's okay because they'll see what's going on my board. Now she gets to attack because she had this. She gets to attack. So just tell me, okay, I see it. Okay, she put a 4. Now I can either put a 4 here, okay, because there's an attack and a defense. So I put the 5 here. She defended with another 5. So now she placed a 4, okay, as an attack. And I mean, I'm going to defend with the 4. So now I get to attack. And I'm going to attack with another 5. Do you have a 5? Now, my opponent...
I don't have it.
Okay, so my opponent passes, which means that I can place... And by the way, the game has... It's not, it's not a gamer's game. It's not a deep game. It's a family-friendly game. I mean, it's easy to teach the game and stuff. But there's subtle depth. And the more you play it, the more you're going to, you're going to figure out, okay, so if I got to put a face-down tile, which one am I going to put? So because everybody passed, right? We're playing two-player, so my opponent passed. I get to put a face-down tile, which will give me a bonus, like I mentioned in the beginning, at the end here. But even if we're playing 3-player, 4-player, or 5-player, if everybody passes and it comes back to the person who attacked, they get to place a face-down tile. So now I get to attack again, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a 5. I'm attacking with a 5. Because the opponent can either choose, the opponent may have a 5, but they choose not to use it. There are reasons for that, but again, I'm going to let you discover those strategical subtleties. So my opponent does not have that, so I'm going to put another face-down tile. So if I'm the first one to get rid of all my tiles, this is going to benefit me because I'll get the bonus points. So what am I going to attack with now? I'm going to attack with a 3.
I don't have any.
Okay, so my opponent does not have any 3s, so I will put this face down. I need to attack again. I don't know if I described the tiger or the dragon. The tiger is the tiger and dragon. The tiger is a wild for every even number, right? So you can see every even number is this bluish green. So the tiger is a wild for every even number. So if I attack with the tiger, my opponent can respond with any even number. Okay, they can defend with any even number, and and the benefit of that, it can get you out of a bind sometimes, because if my opponent plays a number that I don't have and it happens to be an even number, I can defend with the tiger. Now, of course, I mentioned earlier the tiger or the dragon give you just 1 point and you get no bonuses, right? Because it's too easy to play it. Now, the dragon is the same thing, but it's a wild for every odd number. It's red, and every red number, it works the same way. So you have the tiger and the dragon that you can play with. So my turn, I'm going to play a 2. So now my opponent has a 2. She's defending with a 2, and now she has to attack. She's attacking with a 6. And I'm going to use my tiger. Now, there's a reason why I want to do this, because I'm getting close to the end here. Okay. I don't want her to get in a roll here. She's got a 6. She could have other 6s. She doesn't know if I have any 6s or not. Maybe I just chose not to play one. But I defended with the tiger, so I can respond with anything I want. I'm going to respond with a 7. Okay, my opponent has a 7. She blocked and defended with a 7, and she's playing the 6. Now, see, that's what happens. She has a 6. I have to pass. I have to pass. So my opponent now has to put a face down tile on her board. And of course, she's going to attack with another 6. I pass again. She has to put another face down tile. She's going to attack me with another 6. I made a mistake. Now she has to, I pass. I don't have a 6. I pass. You have to put a face down tile. And what is she going to attack with now? A 7. I'm going to have to pass. And guess what? My opponent has gotten rid of her last tile. Now, this hasn't happened because I recently started playing this game. She got rid of this tile, and I'm assuming this is the tile that's going to score. All right? Which is an 8. I'm assuming. Let me look at the rules real quick because that is the last tile that she got rid of. And I'm assuming ending the round. Yeah. The tile that you win with, the last tile played, does not give an additional score chip. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's a face down tile, but it's an 8. I mean, I'm assuming that's it. So as you can see her board here, I kind of blew it. There's other things I could have done here that might have helped me. I was getting close to the end, but then she had all those 6s and just really caused havoc. Okay, so she knocked with an 8, even though it's a face down tile. It's 8. So 8 is 4 points. So she gets 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 4-point bonus because she has 4 face down tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's got 8 points, and I have 0. So what happens? I'm not going to finish the game here on camera because I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to introduce you to Tiger and Dragon. But what happens now is that we play another round. We're going to take all these tiles, we're going to mix them all up again. Now, because I started the first round, she's going to start the second round, and we're going to play and see how many points. Whoever gets to 10 first wins. So that's it. Tiger and Dragon, I hope I gave you an idea of how to play this game. I think it's quite interesting. Like I said, there are strategical subtleties that you'll discover as you play the game. There is, in the instructions here, tips for playing, right? Count the remaining tiles, be aware of the face-down tiles, strategically pass. So it is giving you some little tips here in the instruction manual, but you'll discover on your own a couple of other subtleties. And I have not played in teams, but I imagine if you're playing in teams, that there will be even more subtleties that you can explore. So it's one of those type of games that I think this game is going to become very popular. It's going to last a long time. It's going to be around for a long time. And it's the type of thing, you'll get together with some friends who may not necessarily be, gamers, and just spend all night playing this with beer and pretzels and laughs and joy and fun. Tiger and Dragon, I recommend it. Go get one.